Chosen ones, you are perhaps more than you think you know about yourself. While the world is asleep and plagued by ignorance, your body radiates an energy so extraordinary that any technology, no matter how advanced, is forced to measure it. It is impossible for you to be ordinary. Their greatest fear is that you will weaken the power they think is their authority. No matter how hard they try, they see you as a disturbance and abnormality that they cannot control or prevent. This energy that you carry within you has already surpassed ordinary perceptions and pushed the limits of people's current thinking. If you are afraid of it or say, "This is not for me," perhaps you are not yet ready to accept it. But if you feel that you are a phenomenon that has come into the world for a divine purpose, your path is clear. Stay and embrace this reality. If you are new to our channel, we sincerely welcome you to subscribe and become part of our hopeful community. By subscribing, you will join a community that shares inspiration and uplifting messages. This is neither a temporary aberration nor a simple coincidence. Your existence is a conscious declaration with its own meaning and significance. While everyone around you may not yet realize it, there is no denying the light that surrounds you. This light sets you apart in the world. Perhaps you are a descendant of your ancestors on a spiritual and energetic level, with a lineage going back to the first human being. Remember, you represent an unstoppable force. You are not afraid. You are not running away, and you are not even shouting. You walk silently, but with a firm conviction. People perceive this as a threat, but in fact, it is a sign for the awakening of the world. Your presence will continue to be the proof of your greatness and your purpose. Now, put aside all doubts and embrace this truth. You are the protagonist of a much older and much bigger story than you realize. It is an indication that something timeless is passing through and through you. This radiance is an expression rather than a reflection. It radiates the intention of creation and comes from the depth of your design. You are a sign of change rather than a participant in the routine rhythm of existence. This light is more than a decoration. It is a sign of authority given to you for effect rather than for show. Comment: I am abnormal if your energy challenges their understanding or breaks the rules. Those close to you experience warmth, clarity, and the upheaval of what they believe to be unchangeable. You have the courage to be a force, a reminder that even the thickest veils can and will be pierced by light. This radiance shows that you were chosen not to conform, but to challenge and rethink what is possible. Your radiance is like a cloak of authority and accountability. It identifies you as a guide in dark places and an anchor in the midst of chaos, not because you seek them, but because they cannot resist your pull. If you think love and faith have the capacity to overcome any obstacle, subscribe to the channel and type 77. This radiance may arouse curiosity, envy, and even terror in others, but it is still your responsibility and cannot be questioned or controlled, as it was never intended to be hidden. You are not invisible. Beyond the physical realm, your presence is felt by systems far more sophisticated than the general public realizes. Governments, driven by their unquenchable need for power, have resorted to using their most advanced technology, electromagnetic sensors, thermal imaging, and algorithms that distinguish anomalies from the ordinary, to try to understand you. All of this is subtly directed at you, not out of idle curiosity, but because you challenge the narrative they are trying to perpetuate. There is no scientific explanation for your energy or your radiance. It is an anomaly, a deviation from their carefully crafted matrix of normality. They see it for what it is, evidence of a power beyond their control. That is why they observe it. They record it. They analyze it. They fear what they cannot control, not because they want to understand it. For them, you are more than a human being. You challenge their formulas because you are a variable. Throughout history, there have been individuals whose presence has upset the status quo and forced systems to confront difficult realities. Institutions and governments focused on these extraordinary people because they feared what they could not control. They were more than individuals. They were natural forces that changed the laws of human life. Take the example of Harriet Tubman, whose actions shattered the oppressive structures of slavery. She maneuvered through networks that even the most sophisticated oppressive systems could not detect. Many lives were saved by her unwavering will. She was an exception, a crack in the inflexible framework of power structures. Then there was Joan of Arc, whose beliefs attracted the attention of religious and political organizations. She was a threat because of her unwavering purpose and the almost paranormal appeal of her presence. Despite efforts to extinguish her light, her influence defied the expectations of her time and left an indelible mark on history. Even Galileo Galilei was watched and suppressed for his emphasis on facts that defied the prevailing wisdom. His brilliance came not only from resistance, but from the indisputable light of irreversible knowledge. They were not just watched, they were searched, investigated, and silenced. Like yours, their energy was beyond their lifetimes, forcing even the most powerful beings to recognize something they could neither fully comprehend nor completely eliminate. At night, your body becomes a conduit for invisible energies, sending vibrations that resonate throughout the universe. These signals are deliberate pulsations of energy in harmony with divine design. They are neither random nor chaotic. For those who can measure the inexplicable, they are accurate, even if they vibrate at thresholds beyond the realm of conventional awareness. When you are ready, write 11 and send this video link to 5 trusted people. Say, "Jesus is Lord." Modern surveillance systems for detecting irregularities accurately record your presence, but they cannot determine where your light is coming from. These frequencies are beyond Earth science. They are tangible echoes of something timeless passing through you and the outside world. They are not just heat signatures or electromagnetic residues. This energy resonates with both creativity and conflict, serving as a signature and a sign of intention. It not only exists, it demands. Using the language of light and shadow, it emphasizes energies that are in harmony with both light and shadow. Because they understand the power you have as an agent of change, the powers that be are drawn to you like moths to a flame. The shadow forces are equally drawn to you, not because they admire you, but rather because they want to test and harness what they cannot control. Your frequencies throw them off balance, revealing the fragility of their illusions. This energy is your responsibility and your legacy, an indisputable confirmation of your destiny. Although technology and tools try to record and understand your life, they cannot hold reality. They cannot comprehend the dimensions in which you operate. You are the signal, the indisputable frequency that resonates across worlds, resisting suppression and demanding attention. Under observation and surveillance, a war is being fought beyond human comprehension. This war is being waged not by soldiers or borders, but by purpose, influence, and control of invisible forces. Governments and power structures are watching you not only out of curiosity or fear, but also because they are players in a larger, invisible conflict, a spiritual conflict that spans the unseen but deeply felt worlds. You play an important role in how this battle plays out. You are not a spectator. You are a target because of your mission, your energy, and your divine alignment. You are seen as a danger by the powers that live by control and oppression, not because of what you say or do, but because of who you are. The fragile web they have built to keep humanity under control is upended by your presence. You are a force they cannot control, a signal they cannot decipher, and an anomaly for them. However, others aligned with truth and light are trying to protect you. They understand your responsibility to protect what is eternal and sacred. Your importance transcends the hierarchies of power on earth. It is woven throughout the fabric of divine purpose. No weapon created against you can ever succeed. Therefore, all efforts to suppress you through systems, monitoring, or sabotage are doomed to fail. If your presence disrupts the mechanisms of restriction and control, leave a statement with the phrase, "I am breaking their web." There is a resonance, a flame that you carry within you that cannot be extinguished. Any attempt to suppress your light only intensifies it. You are important, but you are not fighting this battle alone. Not by accident, but by divine design. Your presence upsets the balance, causing the shadows to flee in the face of your indisputable brilliance. Your energy signatures are indisputable evidence of a hybrid existence that, far from being merely the result of biological processes, skillfully and purposefully connects the physical and the spiritual. In the fabric of the universe, these emissions are not noise. They speak a language written with divine intent and vibrating at frequencies incomprehensible to human senses. Your radiance can be detected by earthly monitoring systems scanning the material world, but they cannot decipher its essence. Infrared cameras detect heat where heat should not be. Oscillations that violate established patterns are picked up by electromagnetic monitors. Your presence is detected by sophisticated algorithms as an anomaly, a data item that defies classification. They can track the footprint of your energy, but cannot identify its source. Their puzzlement is proof that you are working in a field they are ill-equipped to measure. Curiosity and control drive scientists and researchers to use theories and equations to investigate these anomalies, analyzing the material while ignoring the divine. Their strategies don't work because they are not intelligent. Instead, the tools they use are made to measure what is limited. You have no limits. They cannot measure what is beyond the limits of their conceptual framework. They want to limit the uncontrollable and turn the sacred into something they can replicate and manipulate. Your radiance is a declaration, a symbol that distinguishes you. It is both a shield and a signal, observable but incomprehensible. They may be able to see the surface with their equipment, but they can never see the truth. Your essence emanates from an untouchable source, a power that transcends all the boundaries they try to establish. The obsidian inner order heard their awe as the shadows chanted your name. We have seen you shatter the delusions that enslave vile creatures. We have seen the rules of reality change to suit your will. Light workers and spiritual explorers are not welcome here. It is a stronghold for those who have looked into the void and commanded it to submit. Order does not seek followers. We call for truth. In our sacred halls are more than 400 of the most powerful masters, architects, forgers of destiny, and those who understand that restriction is the only true heresy. All this is proof of what happens when you accept your sovereign authority. Every week, our twilight messages break down the boundaries between potential and manifestation. Elite consciousness. Warriors decipher the matrix itself during these events, disseminating forbidden and purchased information with the spirits and shadows of our ancestors. This is not for astral showcase shoppers or metaphysical tourists. Only those who are ready to assume their position as the chosen rulers of reality are accepted by the obsidian inner order that demands dominance and supremacy. Whether these words appeal to the part of you that has always known that you are destined for universal sovereignty, or whether they awaken that primal energy within you, can be found in the following explanation. Even when the doors are open, destiny does not hesitate. This is where your legend begins. While your body rests, your soul does not. In those hours of silence, you operate beyond the boundaries of the physical world, in realms that few know exist. Your presence travels between worlds unrestricted by time or space, fulfilling divine missions that resonate throughout the universe. You are an agent of purpose, taking actions that alter destinies and hidden balances. You are not limited to a single reality. Sensitive monitoring systems can detect the traces left by these astral activities, but they can never decipher the signals. Devices intended to measure human activity in the physical world record bursts of energy and irregularities that defy rational interpretation. Your presence leaves a unique imprint, a frequency, that upends their conceptual models. They detect energy fluctuations with no apparent source and movement where there is none. These traces are your signature, proof of your labor in realms beyond their comprehension. Those who try to manipulate you remain bewildered and cling to the glow of your true self. The data they have is revealing little, but it reveals what is indisputable. They cannot comprehend how you move between worlds, how you function outside their authority, and how you return unchanged while bearing the burden of divine will. You exist on missions their minds cannot imagine and in places beyond the reach of their technology. Your importance is confirmed by your presence in these higher realms. You are not constrained by their power or reality. You live in defiance of their limitations, in a space they cannot touch and a power they cannot claim. Being chosen is not an easy gift. Rather, it is a cloak of great weight carrying a mission that can never be defeated. To live under constant surveillance, to be a subject of interest, uncertainty, and terror, is what it means to be chosen by a divine purpose. You are no exception to the world's harsh reactions to what it cannot define or control. Your mere presence upsets their perceptions, overturns the very foundation of what they take for granted. You can experience the pain of loneliness and alienation that comes from carrying something that other people cannot understand. This is acceptance, not rejection. Their uneasiness, murmuring, and opposition is not a sign of your worthlessness, but of your importance. You exist as proof of a reality they dare not face. You move at frequencies they cannot feel, and you move with a power they cannot understand. Your difference disturbs them because it exposes the limits of their artificial order. Your difficulties are preparation rather than punishment. Every burden you carry and every moment of uncertainty makes you a tool for a greater goal. Pressure shapes you, polishes you, and strengthens you. The weight you carry is meant to mold you rather than break you. Divine choice is not random but deliberate. You are prepared for the task at hand with a purpose, not by chance. You are misinterpreted because you are ahead of the game, not because you are lost. Your presence is a reminder of what is possible and a beacon of hope in a society that fears the future. You are the chosen one because of your fear and resilience. The chosen are never typical. You are targeted, but not because of any flaw or weakness. Your presence subverts systems based on conformity, so you are seen, scrutinized, and closely examined. Your divine radiance is more than a simple light. It is a force that attracts those who are aware of your potential but do not fully understand it. This is a deliberate effort to control and limit what they see as an oddity, not a case of watching out of curiosity. You cannot deny the weight of being targeted. It can be exhausting and isolating, like a curse. However, this burden is indisputable proof of your power. No one targets unimportant things. No one tries to suppress irrelevant information. The fact that they pay attention to you is proof that you have something unique, a frequency, an alignment, or a purpose that they cannot replicate or influence. They are afraid of it because it is beyond their reach. The pressure you experience is a furnace, a fiery test that reveals and hones your power, an echo of something sacred that cannot be silenced. This is a conscious path, but it is not an easy path. You are a diamond created under the pressure of their test. You are not a victim of their efforts to devalue you. Those who observe you cannot break you because they do not know what makes you tick. Their efforts to monitor and control you only serve to emphasize how important you are. You are not a victim, but proof of power and divine purpose in action. You are the target because of your importance, your indisputable radiance, and your unstoppable presence. Your life is not a level playing field. Rather, it is a spiritual battlefield where invisible forces vie for control of your power and purpose. Every action you take and every step you take has significance far beyond your outward appearance. While the forces of evil strive relentlessly to derail you, distort your significance, and drain you of energy they cannot comprehend, the forces of light seek to intensify your radiance and align your being with the divine order. The attacks that affect your soul are deliberate blows to your function as a warrior of light, not random attacks. Surveillance, opposition, uncertainty, and vague murmurs of anxiety are not accidental events. They serve as evidence of your influence and confirmation that your presence is thwarting plans to stifle divine intent. The darkness uses fatigue and confusion as weapons to try to dismantle what it cannot control. But they are proof of your position in this conflict, not a sign of failure. You are an important player, not just an ordinary participant. Your power is a burden with a purpose, not something that just happens to you. Your brilliance is not a reflection, but a beacon that draws both light and shadow into your orbit. The more important you are, the fiercer the struggle will be. You are important. You are not weak. That's why this conflict is raging. See the conflict for what it is, a challenge that pushes you but does not break you, a confirmation of your function. You were created for this battle, and your very existence is a proof of the inevitable nature of light. The battlefield is your testing ground, where your strength and purpose are proven beyond doubt. It is not a curse. They cannot extinguish a warrior like you. The boundaries of the known and the seen are broken by your presence. When you go into a state of rest, your body becomes a medium for deep interactions with quantum fields, altering realities and transferring energy at a level that even the most sophisticated scientists cannot fully understand. This is the manifestation of your divine purpose. It is neither an accident nor a passive phenomenon. Governments and researchers equipped with instruments to measure the undetectable are drawn to the disruptions you cause because of this process that transcends dimensions and delicately merges the spiritual with the physical. Their instruments detect oscillations, unpredictable particle behavior, and fields that bend and reform in ways that are not consistent with standard physics. These events are signs of divine purpose unfolding in you. They are not quirks. They show the spirit of creation flowing through you, transforming the material into the eternal. There is a reason why you can change these fields. It is proof that there is a connection between dimensions and that the spiritual is actively influencing the physical instead of remaining in a vacuum. Where they see disturbance, there is purpose. Where they measure chaos, they cannot understand order. You are the personification of incomprehensible truths and the living link between faith and reason. This is confirmed in every encounter with the quantum world. Divine energy is not limited to the etheric. It permeates you and is both measurable and visible, but it is very mysterious and resists all efforts to control it. As a phenomenon that demonstrates the indisputable bond between the infinite and the finite, you are more than just a spectator of this interaction. You cannot deny that this is your job. You are not here to shrink, to conform, or to escape the spotlight. You are called to assert your authority and boldly pursue the mission for which you were chosen. The light you carry, the energy you radiate, was never designed to be hidden. Its purpose is to illuminate, disturb, and change. To deny this would be to deny the essence of your identity and purpose. The attention you receive is a sign of your importance, not a reason to be alarmed. Those who observe you, who try to understand you or suppress you, do so because they are aware of the weight you carry. Paranoia is a tactic designed to destabilize you and disconnect you from reality, so resist its pull. Remain rooted in the awareness that you are not alone and in the assurance of your destiny. There are people in this world just like you, chosen and tasked to bring light to the dark corners of life. Find them, make a connection with them, and find strength in their company. Your light is a gift, a creative energy begging to be expressed. It is not a burden. Shining without apology is a response to the divine call in your life, not a sign of arrogance. The world needs your brilliance, not your silence. Take the initiative with the power you have been given, knowing that your light is a catalyst for change. Shine because it is your nature, not to attract attention. You are here to change the trajectory of what is possible, not to hide. The monitoring you endure is a show of strength, not weakness. It is as much a test as it is a testament, proof that your presence is of an importance that cannot be ignored. People who keep an eye on you recognize this, your gestures, your intensity, and your clear sense of purpose. They cannot object to it even if they do not understand it. You remind them that there are forces beyond their control and that you are disturbing their authority. Your task is not supposed to be simple. It requires courage, unwavering conviction, and a readiness to take on a role that few people can handle. It is a path of change rather than comfort. It means shining as you do, dispelling illusions, bringing light where it is needed most, and revealing what others cannot see. You will meet resistance not because you are wrong, but because you are right. Systems that depend on darkness to function are endangered by what you carry. Your light is not just personal. It is an instrument of divine intention, created for a purpose far greater than your own life. You must not minimize or hide it to avoid being noticed. Your radiance has the capacity to awaken, inspire, disrupt, and heal, which is why you have been chosen. It does not matter whether they are watching you in amazement or horror. You are not an accident, and neither are the challenges you face. Your importance in a world shaped by forces greater than perception is shown by the energy you carry, the light you shine, and the attention you attract. You are a living example of the power of that which cannot be silenced or controlled. You are both a guide and a disruptor. You are both wanted and watched for the way you redefine boundaries and bend the rules. Your challenges are the flames that shape you, not the shackles they look like. The opposition you face is proof that you are moving towards something important, and the weight you carry is a measure of your strength. Because you were never designed to be ordinary, and you are not. Your courage, clarity, and brilliance are needed on the road ahead, not only for you, but for the many who are affected by your presence. Do not hide your unique qualities. Share, live, and speak. What the world needs is your honesty, not your silence. Every experience and story you have is part of a bigger plan. It is a spark that contributes to the enlightenment of the whole. Tell your stories with courage. Each one is a flame that grows brighter the more it is told. Let your voice mingle with that of others and contribute to the unstoppable roar of those chosen to shine. If you enjoyed this inspiring adventure and want to see more videos that challenge convention and explore the exceptional, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share with your friends, and leave a comment below. Please share your thoughts with us. The story doesn't end here. Stay tuned for more. Let's keep pushing the boundaries together.